Hello, action figure fans. We're back for another superhero versus battle between two plant beings. We have DC's Swamp Thing and Marvel's Man Thing. Got some amazing figures here to look at, appreciate, and then talk about the battles and who's going to win. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first figure over here. Let's appreciate this beautiful figure right here. And man, what a great figure this really is. This is part of the DC Classics line. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Came in some really amazing packages. And so I love the colors on this guy. All the effects, the way the skin looks, the roots, all of this weird stuff growing out of him, mushrooms and bulbs. It just looks really good. It would be nice if he had some more articulation, especially elbows and knees. His skin is very rubbery. I mean, his fingers are all rubber, so it has a very strange feel to it, which is kind of cool. And man, look at that face. Probably the best Swamp Thing face. This might be the best Swamp Thing figure that DC has ever done. It's got my vote at least. So Swamp Thing he used to think he was a man for a very long time. Alec Holland that died and was brought back in a swamp from this formula that he developed. It was later revealed that he is really an earth elemental. He is the champion, or he's connected to what's called the green, all growing things, all plants on Earth. And so really he is, he's like a spirit of the earth. You cannot really kill him or destroy him. Now you can definitely destroy bodies that he has, but he can always regrow. He can escape back into the green and he can regrow a body. He can literally go anywhere he wants on the planet Earth, through the green. Anywhere there's a plant, he can manifest himself there. So, of course, these bodies are extremely strong, many times stronger than a human being. He can grow, basically to a giant size as well. Fire can hurt him. Magic can hurt him. Other elementals can hurt him. Other, powerful beings can hurt him, but he's next to impossible to destroy. And like I said, you could destroy the body that he's currently inhabiting, but he'll just regrow a new one. So as far as killing Swamp Thing, probably not going to happen. I guess it's maybe a sorcerer, on the likes of Dr. Fate, Dr. Strange. I guess they might be able to capture his earth elemental spirit and imprison it. That's probably about the most you can do with Swamp Thing. Very powerful character. All right, moving on to a Marvel Legends. Now he looks a lot smaller than Swamp Thing, but that's just a giant Swamp Thing figure. This is actually kind of a tall figure for Marvel Legends, and this is an oldie but a goodie. I say that just because it really is. This is a fairly early Marvel Legends Man Thing, but it's still really well done. It could use just a little bit more variety, I think, on some of the highlights and the washes on him. But especially for when this came out, mid 2000s, like 2005 to 2007, 8, somewhere in there, this was an exceptional figure, and it still holds up today. It's still a really good figure. I would say that he's just a little bit small for Man Thing, especially like where his elbow is. I think that's especially like a little bit small. I think his body here in the middle should be thicker, but it's still a cool figure. And I still like this one better than the new Build-A-Figure I reviewed several videos ago. I like this one better. So this is probably my favorite Man Thing figure that Marvel Legends has put out. Man Thing. He is a swamp creature. He is basically connected to the Everglades in Florida. He is the nexus of all realities. So he's somehow very important to the universe and the multi-universe. and through him, I guess you can access the variety realms. So his body is a lot like Swamp Thing's. It's made out of plant material. He is super strong, durable, doesn't really feel pain. If you destroy this body, the body will just be resurrected. Now, he's not really sentient. He's not conscious like a conscious being. He's more of a creature of instinct, and he's drawn to emotions. And of course, the famous saying for him is that if you experience fear, you burn at the Man-Thing's touch. So if you see him and you're scared and he touches you, then you're going to catch on fire and burn, which if you saw this giant monster anywhere next to you, then why would you not have some kind of fear? And so most people, most beings burn when he touches them. Not all, but that's his main power. Besides his, I guess you'd say, superhuman strength, then his ability to set you on fire. You know, it takes someone pretty powerful to resist that. Okay, so who could defeat Man-Thing? It's very similar in a lot of ways. It's gonna be similar. A powerful sorcerer or something like that could also capture him, kind of like Swamp Thing, and imprison him. His body, like Swamp Thing's, can be destroyed, but it always shows that the snack is going to be regenerated. Now, what would happen if these two beings, if they clash, if they fought each other? Okay, well, I really think Swamp Thing is going to win. Now, Swamp Thing has shown himself, especially in his earlier days when he thought he was a man, Alec Holland, he has shown himself in comic books to feel the emotion of fear. So if Man-Thing and Swamp Thing fought, would Swamp Thing catch on fire? Well, I don't think so, because I don't think Swamp Thing would be scared of Man-Thing at all. He would look at him and be like, hey, what's up, brother? But let's say he did. Let's say that Man-Thing touched Swamp Thing and Swamp Thing was scared and Swamp Thing caught on fire and burnt up. Well, it wouldn't be too much longer till a new Swamp Thing body just rose up out of the muck. So in a fight between these two, I think they would really kind of tear each other apart. I definitely think, though, that Swamp Thing wins, and here's why. I think that he could grow to a very large, giant size, and Man-Thing has not shown that ability that I'm aware. But underlying that is, I think Swamp Thing is an earth elemental, and from what I understand, Man-Thing is not. So I think actually Swamp Thing could take over him. He could, I wouldn't say possess, but he could basically mentally enslave. He could mentally take over Man-Thing. And, you know, it's kind of funny, but I think actually Swamp Thing could inhabit his body and grow out of it and basically turn this body into another Swamp Thing. So on a physical level, they could tear each other apart. I still think Swamp Thing wins because he could be bigger and stronger than Man-Thing. But going beyond the physical, he could just take over Man-Thing and basically turn him into another Swamp Thing. So there's no way that Man-Thing defeats Swamp Thing unless he's able to open up some kind of nexus of reality, suck him into it, and banish him to like another dimension or something like that. But I doubt that. And if he tried, I think he would sense that and still take him over and defeat him. So who wins this battle? Swamp Thing wins this battle all day long. And man, those are some cool figures right there, folks. If you like them, hop on eBay, go out there and pick them up. They're cheaper than you think. I just looked them up. They're still pretty darn cheap. All right, guys, hope you like this video. If you do, please check out my other videos. I'm making these videos for you. I hope you enjoy them. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, tell me what you're liking, and maybe what you want to see in the future. And I'll talk to you later, friends.